What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I do my 10,000 steps. Shout outs to my new subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining along for the ride to 5,000 by the end of the year. Let's get into this topic. I'm seeing a lot of sisters basically asking why aren't brothers wifing them? I think this is kind of a layered question now. It was a simpler question before, but it's more of a layered question now because now, man, wife and dudes at this current time is now not even interested in just dating. All right, y'all got a whole new layer to deal with when it comes to this whole getting wifed up. I mean, you got to get a dude to even want to take you out before you can call yourself being somebody's wife. That's a struggle all in itself. We see a lot on social media, a lot of women saying they don't want to go here, they don't want to go there for a first date or any date. They're saying they don't want to do dates at your house, like stay-in dates. They don't want to go to your house and you cook some food that they can cook themselves and sit up and watch Netflix when they can do that at home themselves. So, you got a lot of ladies with very bad attitudes asking for the most. And they're not realizing that this makes them very unappealing, to date. I seen a guy saying how dating in Atlanta is really a struggle because it seemed like right out the gate, the chicks expect the dude to pay their bills, which that's pretty damn funny to me because I can kind of see that being the case when I see these different videos and I hear the women with just all this attitude about they won't go here, they won't go there. They talking about they don't want to go to various different restaurants. They think they supposed to go to 4 and 5 star places on a first date. And it's not working. That's the thing. It's not working. So when you are doing something or using a particular strategy and you see it's not really working, the intelligent thing to do would be to re-strategize, come up with a new plan of attack. But they're really standing 10 toes down on this stuff, even though it's not working. So you hear those sorts of things. You hear guys being made fun of for even approaching women. The guy approaches a woman and she doesn't find him attractive. So she, instead of just kind of like letting him down nicely that she's not interested, she's got to kind of, emasculate him. So that makes guys overall less interested in stepping to you. If a guy slides into your inbox, ladies, come on now. You love guys sliding into your inbox. It makes you feel good when a dude slides into your inbox. The ones that be talking about, oh, they so bothered by it, that's cap. Every woman loves to get attention from men unless she plays for the other team. So, this whole thing of basically soliciting yourself for male attention and then when you get it, pretending like you don't want it, it's cap, man. Come on now. But guys slide into your inbox and you taking screenshots and posting it on social media. You making TikTok videos out of it and stuff, making fun of the guy. So that kind of, it makes the guys cautious to even try to approach you that way. So they can't approach you in person because you're gonna, create a scene that is going to embarrass them. They can't slide into your inbox because you're going to make a video on social media to embarrass them. So you really do things to make yourselves unapproachable. For the ladies who aren't doing that and wonder why guys aren't marrying you, the simplest answer could be you're just not marriage material. And I know that nobody really wants to hear that, but hear me out for a second. A lot of the women that I see nowadays, they're just too masculine. And you want a man, but you want to be the man in the relationship with all this masculine energy. Some of you, you just don't know when to be quiet. You talk too much. I'd say for many of you, especially ones with all of the mouth you have, 90% of the relationship issues that you have, you wouldn't if you just knew when to close your mouth. I'm dead serious. I be seeing chicks just running off at the mouth way too much. Just all that yap, 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 just talking smack. And the part that confuses me is how much more disrespectful you are to a man than you are another female. Because a man can honestly hurt you. You know, you catch him when he in a bad mood, or just, you know, his restraint is lower because he dealing with something that's already on his mind or whatever, and you say the wrong thing and he can snap. A man can actually hurt you, but you think because you're a female, you're always protected from any sort of repercussions, you know, due to your behavior. And that's just not the case. Where another chick who's far less dangerous than a man is, let's just be for real here. If that chick jumps on you, you got a fighting chance. If that man jumps on you, you don't. But you're less disrespectful to women because you know that if you mouth off too much to another chick, you're going to have to fight her. And you don't want that smoke. So you mouth off to the one that you think you can get away with being disrespectful to. I see this happen all the time. So don't even try to tell me, oh, that's not true. It is true. And the only ones who would disagree with me on that are likely women who use this themselves. It's like, damn, he calling it straight. A lot of times the ones that disagree with me, they hate the fact that a man sees this, that a man has read them and is telling other men about it. So those are the two struggles that you're facing. You're facing one struggle of men just walking away from dating altogether because women have made approaching them so uninviting, so much of a turnoff, to where there's almost like a why even bother sort of mentality brewing with young men nowadays. Like, why even bother? Why do I need this? She's just gonna be rude and nasty. She's just gonna be a bitch. You know, she's just gonna be disrespectful. Like, why do I need this? So they don't. They'd rather watch football on Sundays and play Fortnite on Friday and Saturday evenings and stuff. And you could say, oh, well, that's a pathetic existence. But is it though? If they're happy and they have peace, is it really a pathetic existence like that? I'm not so sure. So you got that. You got the issue of guys not even wanting to date. But then the guys that actually are still moving forward with dating, you're not showing yourself to be marriage material to them. That's why they're not going to pop the question to you. Some mouthy, masculine, overly aggressive, combative woman who does not listen. And that's another thing. A lot of you women, you don't listen. I don't know if it's because you had a mother that was like this or because your dad was absent or something, but you have very low respect for men. You don't listen to men. You'll listen to all the dumb advice that your girlfriends will give you, all the dumb advice that your hating ass, bitter, lonely aunties will give you. But a man, one who is supposed to bring leadership and guidance to your life, and usually is going to advise you in your best interest, you ignore the things that he says, usually to end up in a situation that you wouldn't have if you would have listened to him in the first place. So there's that. If you're in a relationship with a man and he's warned you of certain things and you ignored what he said and found yourself in a bad spot anyway, that you otherwise wouldn't have been in if you would have listened to him, that's a red flag that he cannot ignore. So he's not going to sign up for that. He's not going to get down on one knee and ask to spend the rest of his life with a woman who doesn't listen. That's very important. You have to listen, ladies. And many of you nowadays, you just really struggle with that. You don't want to be under a man's headship. So if you don't want to be under a man's headship, why do you want a husband? So I'm gonna leave it there. Ask yourself that question. If you don't want to be under a man's headship, why do you want a husband? I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.